My beloved child, pause for a moment and feel this, because this message did not reach you by accident. There is someone, somewhere, thinking about you right now with a depth you cannot yet see. Not casually. Not lightly. But with a quiet intensity that surprises even them. And what they are holding inside their heart is something important, something that has been waiting for the right time to surface. Don't skip this. Something huge is waiting for you. You may have felt a strange shift lately. A subtle pull. A memory appearing out of nowhere. A name crossing your mind when you least expected it. That is not random. That is connection. Invisible, powerful, and alive. Someone cares deeply about you. They have been watching your growth from a distance. Not in a controlling way. Not in a dramatic way. But in a silent, respectful way. They've noticed the way you handle pressure. The way you keep going even when no one applauds. The way your kindness still shows up in small moments. And here is the surprising part. They never told you how much you inspire them. They never told you that your strength gave them courage during their weakest days. They never told you that one simple conversation with you changed their entire perspective. They never told you that your presence made them believe in something better for themselves. Stay till the end, because this is only the beginning. Right now, they are carrying something they want to share with you. It's not drama. It's not conflict. It's something meaningful. Something that could shift the direction of your relationship, whether that relationship is friendship, love, or a connection you never fully defined. They are gathering the courage. They are replaying your words in their mind. They are wondering if the timing is finally right. And you might be closer to hearing it than you think. There is a reason this message found you tonight. A reason you felt drawn to these words. A reason your heart feels slightly faster as you listen. Because the truth is, you matter more than you realize. And the message being prepared for you is not small. It has the power to open something new. It has the power to heal something old. It has the power to remind you that you were never unnoticed. But here's the deeper layer. Before they speak, before they reach out, before the moment happens in real life, you must understand something about yourself. You have become someone worth fighting fear for. They are afraid of being vulnerable. Afraid of exposing how deeply they care. Afraid of saying too much. Yet despite that fear, they are moving closer to honesty. And when that honesty arrives, it will feel like clarity after a long fog. Don't rush past this moment. Don't dismiss it as imagination. Something is unfolding quietly behind the scenes. In the next part, you will understand what they are truly holding back. And why this message could change the way you see yourself forever. Stay with this. Because this is only the surface of something much bigger. Right now, in a quiet space you cannot see, a decision is being made about you. Not a small decision. Not a casual thought. A real, trembling, heart-deep choice. They have been standing at the edge of a message they want to send. A confession they want to release. A truth they can no longer keep hidden. And the only reason they have waited this long is because what they feel is not light. It is deep. It is steady. It is real. Don't skip this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. You may think this is ordinary. You may tell yourself that people come and go, that emotions fade, that words are just words. But this is different. This is someone who has quietly rearranged parts of their world because of you. They changed habits after listening to your advice. They saw their own potential because you believed in them first. They felt seen in a way they had never experienced before. And here is the revelation you did not expect. They have been protecting your image in rooms you were never present in. When someone misunderstood you, they defended you. When someone doubted you, they spoke up for you. When someone questioned your worth, they refused to agree. Not loudly. Not dramatically. But firmly. Because to them, you are not replaceable. Stay till the end, because what they are preparing to share could shift everything between you. They have written and deleted the message more than once. They have practiced the words in their mind. They have imagined your reaction. They are not afraid of rejection as much as they are afraid of losing the connection you already have. That is how much they care. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime part. This is not just about affection. It is about alignment. You came into their life during a season when they were about to give up on something important. Your presence interrupted that path. You became a reminder that meaningful connection still exists. You were not random. You were timely. And now, timing is circling back again. Something inside them is saying, it's time to tell them. It might not arrive as a dramatic speech. It might come as a simple sentence. A direct message. A phone call. A quiet moment where their voice softens. But when it happens, you will feel it. Because deep down, you have sensed this too. There has been an unspoken current between you. A layer beneath normal conversation. A tension made of care, not confusion. And the truth they are holding back? It is not about needing you. It is about choosing you. Choosing your presence. Choosing your energy. Choosing to be honest about how much you matter. Don't look away from this possibility. Don't convince yourself it is coincidence. Something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, you will understand what this message could unlock inside your own heart, and why this connection may be stepping into a completely new chapter. There is a moment approaching that will feel like time slowing down just for you. You won't expect it. It won't come with loud announcements or dramatic music. It will arrive quietly, but the impact will echo far beyond that single second. Because when someone cares deeply about you, their truth carries weight. And the truth they are preparing to share is not ordinary. Don't skip this. Stay right here. Something huge is waiting for you. What they are about to reveal is something they have never said out loud to anyone else. Not because they never felt it before, but because they never trusted anyone enough to speak it. Until you made them feel safe without trying. You listened without judgment. You showed up without conditions. And now they are realizing that what they feel is not temporary emotion. It is recognition. The kind of recognition that says, I have found someone rare. Here is the shocking part. They almost walked away. Not because they stopped caring, but because they cared too much. They were afraid of disturbing the balance. Afraid of changing what you already had. Afraid that honesty might risk the connection instead of strengthen it. But something shifted. Maybe it was the way you smiled during your last conversation. Maybe it was the silence after a goodbye that felt heavier than usual. Maybe it was the sudden realization that life moves quickly, and unspoken feelings can become lifelong regrets. So now, they are choosing courage. Stay till the end, because this is where everything begins to turn. When they finally speak, it will not be dramatic. It will be simple. Direct. Real. They will tell you that your presence changed them. That you helped them grow without even knowing it. That you became the calm in moments they never shared with anyone else. And when you hear those words, something inside you will unlock too. Because here is the deeper truth. You have been underestimating your impact. You have been thinking your kindness was small. You have been believing your words were ordinary. But to this person, you became a turning point. This is not about fantasy. It is about alignment. Two lives intersecting at exactly the right season. Two hearts recognizing something familiar and rare. And the message they are about to share is not just for you to hear. It is for you to feel. Don't pull away from this possibility. Don't silence the quiet excitement rising in your chest. Something huge is waiting for you. In the next part, you will see what happens after the truth is spoken, and why this connection may open a door you never even knew existed. And then it happens. The silence between you changes. Not awkward. Not uncertain. But charged with a new kind of honesty. The kind that feels like standing at the edge of something extraordinary, knowing that one step forward could redefine everything. This is the moment where words finally leave their heart and reach your ears. They tell you that caring about you was never accidental. They tell you that your presence became a constant in their thoughts. They tell you that when they imagined their future, your name appeared there, quietly, naturally, undeniably. Don't skip this. Stay fully present. Something huge is waiting for you. Because once those words are spoken, something inside you shifts too. You realize you were never alone in what you felt. You realize the unspoken connection was real. You realize that what seemed subtle was actually profound. Here is the surprising truth. The message they share is not just about how they feel. It is about how they see you. They see your resilience. They see your softness beneath strength. They see the parts of you that you rarely show anyone. And they choose those parts. Not the perfect image. Not the curated version. The real you. Stay till the end, because this is where it becomes life-changing. When someone cares deeply about you and finally says it, it does more than create a relationship shift. It creates self-recognition. You begin to see yourself through their eyes. You begin to understand your own worth in a way that feels grounded, not exaggerated. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. This connection did not grow in chaos. It grew in quiet moments. In steady conversations. In mutual respect. That is why it feels solid. That is why it feels rare. This is not a passing emotion. This is a door opening. A door to something intentional. A door to something aligned. A door to something that could reshape how you experience connection forever. But the most powerful part? You still have a choice. You can lean into it. You can allow yourself to receive what has been offered. You can let yourself believe that someone truly cares, without doubt, without overthinking, without pushing it away. Don't look away from this moment. Something huge is waiting for you. And in the next part, you will discover what happens when two people stop hiding how much they matter to each other. And step into a future neither of them expected, but both of them secretly hoped for. Just when you think the story has reached its peak, a deeper truth begins to unfold. Because caring is only the beginning. When two hearts stop pretending not to feel, something extraordinary is set into motion. The air feels lighter. Conversations carry more meaning. Even silence becomes comforting instead of uncertain. And this is where everything becomes real. They look at you differently now. Not with hesitation, but with clarity. The walls they once held up begin to fall away. Not dramatically. Not recklessly. But intentionally. Don't skip this moment. Stay with it. Something huge is waiting for you. You start to notice the small changes. The way they remember details you mentioned weeks ago. The way their voice softens when they speak your name. The way their plans begin to include you without even thinking. Here is the revelation you never expected. They were not just afraid of losing you. They were afraid of needing you. But now they understand something powerful. Needing someone is not weakness when it is built on respect and choice. It becomes strength. It becomes partnership. It becomes something steady. And suddenly, the connection stops feeling fragile. It feels grounded. It feels intentional. It feels like two people choosing each other, not out of loneliness, not out of pressure, but out of recognition. Stay till the end, because this is the turning point. When someone truly cares about you and dares to show it, the universe of your inner world expands. You begin to speak more openly. You begin to trust more deeply. You begin to imagine a future that once felt too distant to consider. This is not fantasy. This is alignment unfolding in real time. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. You were both waiting for the other to be brave first. Now that bravery has arrived. Now that honesty has been spoken. Now that the truth is no longer hidden. The next step is not about grand gestures. It is about consistency. About building something slowly, deliberately, beautifully. Don't let doubt whisper louder than reality. Something huge is waiting for you. And in the next part, you will see how this shared courage transforms not just your connection with them, but the way you see love, trust, and yourself forever. What happens next is quieter than you imagined, yet far more powerful than you ever expected. Because once the truth is spoken and courage meets courage, a new energy begins to flow between you. It is no longer about guessing. It is no longer about wondering. It is about building. And this is where the real transformation begins. They start showing up differently. Not with loud promises. Not with dramatic declarations. But with steady presence. They check in when your day feels heavy. They celebrate your smallest victories as if they were their own. They listen more closely, speak more honestly, and stand more firmly beside you. Don't skip this. Stay with me. Something huge is waiting for you. Here is the revelation that changes everything. You were not just meant to hear that someone cares deeply about you. You were meant to experience it. To feel what it is like when care becomes action. To see what it is like when words are backed by consistency. And slowly, something inside you softens. The guarded parts. The cautious parts. The parts that once told you to hold back. Because now you see it clearly, this is not temporary emotion. This is intention choosing you every day. Stay till the end, because the most surprising shift is about to unfold. As they step closer, you begin to step closer too. You begin to reveal your fears, your dreams, your unfinished thoughts. You allow yourself to be seen without editing who you are. And that is the true miracle of this connection. It is not just about being cared for. It is about being understood. For the first time, you realize that someone has been paying attention to the details others overlooked. They remember the way your eyes light up when you talk about your passions. They notice when your smile fades, even if you try to hide it. They care deeply. And now, they are no longer hiding it. This is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. The connection you thought was fragile is actually resilient. The bond you thought was uncertain is actually mutual. The feeling you questioned is actually shared. Something huge is waiting for you, not in the form of fantasy, but in the form of growth. Growth together. Growth side by side. And in the next part, you will see how this shared journey begins shaping a future that feels intentional, steady, and more beautiful than either of you dared to imagine. And now, without you even realizing it, your world is beginning to rearrange itself. Not in chaos. Not in confusion. But in quiet alignment. Because when someone truly cares deeply about you and chooses to show it, the atmosphere around your life changes. The way you wake up feels different. The way you think about tomorrow feels lighter. The way you see yourself begins to expand. Don't skip this moment. Stay present. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a subtle but undeniable shift happening. You are no longer questioning whether you matter. You are experiencing it. You are no longer wondering if your presence makes a difference. You are witnessing it. And here is the shocking, beautiful truth. Their courage unlocked yours. When they chose to be honest, it gave you permission to be authentic. When they admitted how deeply they care, it allowed you to acknowledge how deeply you feel. This is no longer one-sided hope. This is mutual clarity. Stay till the end, because what unfolds next is powerful. As days pass, the connection deepens in ways that do not need to be announced. The comfort grows. The trust strengthens. The laughter feels more natural. Even challenges feel easier to face because you are no longer facing them alone. And suddenly, you realize something that changes everything. This connection is not here to distract you from your path. It is here to support it. They do not dim your light. They reflect it. They do not compete with your growth. They encourage it. And in that realization, you see the rare beauty of what is happening. This is not about dependency. This is about partnership. Two individuals choosing to walk beside each other with intention. Something huge is waiting for you, not in a distant future, but in the choices you both make starting now. Because the greatest revelation of all is this. You were never too much. You were never overlooked. You were never invisible. Someone saw you clearly. Someone valued you deeply. Someone chose you intentionally. And in the next part, you will witness how this choice transforms into something even more meaningful, something that feels less like coincidence and more like destiny quietly fulfilled. It begins to feel less like a chapter, and more like a turning point written long before you noticed it. Because what you are stepping into now is not just connection. It is confirmation. Confirmation that someone cares deeply about you. Confirmation that what you felt was real. Confirmation that you are worthy of being chosen without hesitation. Don't skip this. Stay with this feeling. Something huge is waiting for you. There is a moment coming, small on the surface, but powerful underneath. A look that lingers a second longer. A sentence spoken softly but with certainty. A plan mentioned that quietly includes us instead of me. And when it happens, it will not feel rushed. It will feel right. Here is the surprising revelation. The reason this connection feels different is because it was built slowly. Not from impulse. Not from illusion. But from observation, respect, and time. They learned you. They understood you. They chose you with awareness. That is rare. Stay till the end, because this is where the depth truly reveals itself. You begin to notice how naturally your lives start aligning. Schedules adjust. Priorities shift. Decisions are made with consideration for each other. Not because you have to, but because you want to. And suddenly, a realization lands gently but powerfully. This is not just someone expressing feelings. This is someone investing in you. They see long-term where others only saw moments. They see potential where others saw convenience. They see a future that includes growth together. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime truth. You almost missed this. You almost dismissed the subtle signs. You almost convinced yourself it was ordinary. But it was never ordinary. It was intentional. It was steady. It was someone caring deeply enough to risk vulnerability for something real. Something huge is waiting for you, not in fantasy, not in distant dreams, but in the next honest conversation, the next shared decision, the next quiet promise made without pressure. And in the final part, you will witness what happens when care turns into commitment, not loud, not dramatic, but undeniable. The kind of moment that changes how you define love forever. There comes a quiet second when everything inside you whispers, "This is real." Not dramatic. Not overwhelming. Just certain. Because now the care is no longer hidden in subtle gestures or unspoken glances. It has taken form. It has stepped forward. It has chosen to stay. And that changes everything. Don't skip this moment. Stay fully here. Something huge is waiting for you. The shift you feel is not just about them anymore. It is about you. You are no longer standing on the outside of love, wondering if it will choose you. You are inside it. Experiencing it. Participating in it. Building it. And here is the shocking, beautiful realization. The most important thing being shared was never just their feelings. It was their intention. They are not offering temporary emotion. They are offering presence. They are not promising perfection. They are promising effort. They are not speaking in grand fantasies. They are speaking in grounded commitment. Stay till the end, because this is the moment that redefines the entire journey. You see it in the way they include you in future conversations without hesitation. You hear it in the way their voice carries certainty instead of doubt. You feel it in the consistency that replaces uncertainty. And suddenly, the title of this story becomes your reality. Someone cares deeply about you. Not secretly. Not halfway. Not conditionally. Deeply. And what is being shared now is not just affection, it is partnership. This is the once-in-a-lifetime revelation. The connection you thought might fade has instead grown stronger with honesty. The vulnerability you feared would complicate things has instead clarified them. The courage you both chose has created stability. Something huge is waiting for you, not a sudden explosion of emotion, but a steady unfolding of something lasting. You are witnessing what happens when two people stop pretending they do not care. You are living what happens when truth replaces hesitation. And as this chapter settles into place, one final realization rises within you. You did not just find someone who cares deeply about you. You found someone who is ready to build with you. And that is where the Rayal story begins. And just when you think the story has settled, a deeper layer reveals itself. Because this was never only about someone caring deeply about you. It was about what that care awakens inside you. You feel it now, don't you? A steadiness. A quiet confidence. A warmth that does not flicker with doubt. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The final revelation is not dramatic. It is transformative. When someone chooses you with clarity, you stop chasing validation. When someone values you openly, you stop shrinking to fit into smaller spaces. When someone shares their heart without games, you begin to trust your own. And here is the surprising truth that changes everything. You are always worthy of this depth. The reason this connection feels rare is not because it is impossible to find. It is because you finally aligned with someone who recognizes your value at the same frequency you live it. This is not coincidence. This is growth meeting growth. This is timing meeting readiness. This is two people arriving at the same understanding at the same time. Stay with this feeling. Because the most powerful shift has already happened. You no longer question if someone cares deeply about you. You know. You have seen it in action. You have heard it in their voice. You have felt it in the consistency of their presence. And now, something even greater unfolds. You begin to care for yourself the same way they care for you. You protect your energy. You honor your boundaries. You speak your truth. That is the real gift being shared. Not just love. Not just commitment. But elevation. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in a distant tomorrow, but in the life you are now building with intention. A life where care is mutual. Where honesty is normal. Where connection is chosen daily. And as this chapter closes, one final realization settles into your heart. The moment someone cared deeply about you and had the courage to share it, was the moment you stepped into the version of yourself that no longer settles for less. This is not the end. This is the beginning of everything you once hoped love could be. There is a quiet realization forming inside you now, and it is more powerful than any dramatic confession. Because after everything that has been revealed, after the courage, the honesty, the alignment, one truth stands taller than the rest. You are no longer waiting to be chosen. You already are. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The connection has moved beyond uncertainty. It is no longer a question mark hanging in the air. It has become a steady rhythm in your life. A presence you can rely on. A voice that brings calm instead of confusion. And here is the revelation that feels almost unreal. The person who cares deeply about you is not just seeing who you are today. They see who you are becoming. They speak to your future self with confidence. They believe in your potential without needing proof. That kind of care is rare. That kind of vision is powerful. And when someone shares that with you, it changes how you see yourself. You begin to raise your standards. You begin to expect respect. You begin to understand that love is not supposed to feel like uncertainty. Stay with this feeling. Because something even greater is unfolding beneath the surface. This connection is teaching you something you may have never fully learned before. Healthy care feels peaceful. Real commitment feels steady. True alignment feels natural. It does not rush you. It does not pressure you. It does not confuse you. It builds with you. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. The reason this moment feels so significant is because it marks the end of an old pattern. The pattern of doubting your worth. The pattern of accepting less than you deserve. The pattern of questioning whether someone truly sees you. That chapter is closing. Something huge is waiting for you, not in grand spectacle, but in the quiet confidence of knowing you are deeply valued. And as this journey continues, you understand one final, powerful truth. When someone cares deeply about you and shares it with courage, it does not just create a relationship. It awakens a new standard for your entire life. And from this point forward, you will never settle for anything that feels smaller than what you now know is possible. And now, as everything settles into clarity, a final truth rises gently but powerfully within you. This was never just about someone caring deeply. It was about the moment you finally allowed yourself to receive it. Pause here and feel that. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because the most life-changing part of this entire journey is not their confession, not their courage, not even their commitment. It is your acceptance. You stopped questioning whether it was real. You stopped searching for hidden doubts. You stopped preparing for disappointment. And in that surrender, something extraordinary happened. You became open. Open to being valued. Open to being understood. Open to building something meaningful without fear guiding your steps. Here is the revelation that feels almost surreal. The reason this connection feels once in a lifetime is not because it is perfect. It is because it is mutual. Mutual effort. Mutual respect. Mutual depth. They care deeply about you. And now, you care deeply without hesitation. That balance changes everything. Stay with this feeling. Because something even more profound is unfolding quietly beneath the surface. You are no longer the version of yourself who wondered if love would show up. You are the version who recognizes it when it does. You are the version who knows your worth without needing constant reassurance. You are the version who understands that real connection is built, not chased. And that is the ultimate transformation. Something huge is waiting for you. Not as a dramatic twist, but as a new normal. A future where care is consistent. Where honesty is safe. Where being chosen feels natural instead of surprising. This is the closing of uncertainty. This is the beginning of intention. And as this chapter completes, one final realization anchors itself in your heart. Someone cared deeply about you. They shared it. You received it. And together, you stepped into a connection that no longer feels like a question. It feels like home. Just when you thought the journey had reached its final note, a deeper harmony begins to play. Because this story was never only about being cared for. It was about becoming someone who attracts depth without chasing it. Feel that shift. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. You are no longer standing in the old version of yourself, the one who wondered if they were too much, or not enough, or somehow invisible in a crowded world. You are standing in clarity now. And here is the revelation that changes everything. The reason someone could care so deeply about you is because you finally started living as your true self. Authentic. Grounded. Unapologetically real. They did not fall for a performance. They connected with your truth. That is why it feels rare. That is why it feels once in a lifetime. Because when two people meet without masks, the connection does not need to be forced. It flows. Stay with this. Because the most surprising realization is about to surface. This connection is not just shaping your present. It is reshaping your future decisions. You will no longer entertain half-hearted energy. You will no longer settle for confusion disguised as passion. You will no longer question whether you deserve steady care. You have seen what real effort looks like. You have experienced what mutual intention feels like. And once you know that, you cannot unknow it. Something huge is waiting for you, not in a dramatic reveal, but in the quiet power of your new standard. The person who cares deeply about you shared something important. But the most important shift happened inside you. You discovered that you are not hard to love. You are simply meant for someone who sees clearly. And as this chapter closes, one final truth settles with calm certainty. The right care does not enter your life to confuse you. It enters to confirm you. And now, confirmed in your worth, steady in your heart, and aligned in your path, you move forward knowing that what is real will stay. And what stays will continue to grow. There is one final realization that arrives softly, yet changes the way you will love forever. It does not come with noise. It comes with knowing. Because after everything that has unfolded, after the honesty, the courage, the mutual choice, you finally understand what was truly important all along. It was not just that someone cares deeply about you. It is that they chose to say it. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. In a world where people often feel deeply but remain silent, this person stepped forward. They did not hide behind pride. They did not let fear win. They did not allow timing to slip away. They spoke. And that single act of bravery shifted your entire emotional landscape. Here is the shocking truth that feels almost too simple. Most connections fade because words are never spoken. Yours grew because truth was shared. That is rare. That is powerful. That is once in a lifetime. Stay with this feeling. Because the deeper layer is about you. You responded with openness instead of defense. You listened instead of doubting. You allowed yourself to believe instead of retreating. And in doing so, you proved something extraordinary to yourself. You are ready for real love. Not the kind that chases chaos. Not the kind that survives on uncertainty. But the kind that feels calm, steady, intentional. Something huge is waiting for you, not because of fantasy, but because of alignment. Because two people met at the right level of maturity, honesty, and self-awareness. The care that was shared did not just create a bond. It created clarity. Clarity about what you deserve. Clarity about what you will no longer accept. Clarity about the standard your heart now carries. And as this chapter gently closes, one final truth stands firm within you. When someone cares deeply about you and dares to share something important, it does more than begin a relationship. It awakens a version of you that will never again confuse intensity with depth, or silence with strength. You now know what real care feels like. You now know what mutual choice looks like. And from this moment forward, you walk into every new day not wondering if you are valued, but fully aware that you are. And now, at the edge of everything you have discovered, a new beginning stands quietly in front of you. It does not demand attention. It invites it. Because this final chapter is not about an ending at all. It is about the life that unfolds after someone cares deeply about you, and proves it. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Look at how far you have come. From uncertainty to clarity. From questioning to knowing. From wondering if you mattered, to experiencing that you do. Here is the revelation that ties it all together. The most important thing that was shared was not just love. It was security. Not control. Not possession. But the steady assurance that you are valued without conditions. That kind of care changes the way you breathe. It changes the way you plan. It changes the way you dream. Because now, when you imagine your future, it no longer feels like a lonely path you must figure out alone. It feels shared. Intentional. Aligned. Stay with this feeling. Because the once-in-a-lifetime truth is this. When someone truly cares deeply about you and chooses to stand beside you, it does not limit your world. It expands it. You grow more confident. You become more authentic. You move with greater peace. And suddenly, you realize something profound. The connection did not just add someone to your life. It strengthened the foundation of who you already were. Something huge is waiting for you. Not in fireworks or spectacle, but in the quiet power of consistency. In the daily decision to show up. In the mutual promise to protect what you are building. This is where depth turns into legacy. This is where emotion turns into stability. This is where care turns into commitment that does not fade with time. And as you step fully into this new chapter, one final truth settles within you with calm certainty. Someone cared deeply about you. They shared something important. You both chose courage. And now, you are no longer searching for love. You are living inside it. What if the greatest surprise was never their confession, but the person you became because of it? Pause there. Because this is where the story reaches its most powerful revelation. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. When someone cares deeply about you and shares something important, it creates more than connection. It creates awakening. You begin to notice how differently you carry yourself. You speak with more certainty. You walk with more calm. You choose with more intention. And here is the shocking truth that changes everything. The love you were hoping to receive was already teaching you how to love yourself at a higher level. Their honesty forced you to drop old fears. Their consistency challenged your old doubts. Their presence reminded you that you are not difficult to understand. You are simply meant to be understood by the right person. That realization is life-changing. Stay with this feeling. Because something deeper is happening quietly beneath the surface. You are no longer reacting to love. You are responding to it with maturity. You are no longer overwhelmed by emotion. You are grounded in clarity. And that is rare. This connection did not sweep you away in chaos. It anchored you. It strengthened you. It aligned you. Something huge is waiting for you. Not because destiny dropped it in your lap, but because you were ready to receive something real. The person who cares deeply about you shared something important. But the most important shift is this. You now understand that real love does not confuse you. It confirms you. It does not rush you. It reassures you. It does not make you smaller. It calls you higher. And as this chapter expands into the life you are now building, one final truth rises with quiet power. You were never waiting for someone to complete you. You were waiting for someone whose care would reflect the strength, depth, and authenticity you already carried within. Now you have seen it. Now you have felt it. And from this moment forward, you will never again mistake uncertainty for connection. Because when someone truly cares deeply about you, and proves it, it does not just change your relationship. It changes you. There is a quiet promise forming between you now. And it feels different from anything that came before. Not because it is louder, but because it is deeper. You can feel it in the pauses between conversations. In the calm way decisions are made. In the unspoken understanding that neither of you is going anywhere. Don't skip this. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The connection has moved beyond excitement. It has entered intention. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization that may surprise you. The most powerful relationships are not built on constant intensity. They are built on consistent care. That is what someone shared with you. Not just words. Not just feelings. But steady presence. You see it in the way they choose you in small moments. The way they protect your peace. The way they speak about the future without hesitation. And suddenly, something extraordinary becomes clear. You are not holding on to this connection. It is holding on to you too. That mutual grip changes everything. Stay with this feeling. Because something even more meaningful is unfolding. You are no longer afraid of what tomorrow might bring in this relationship. You are curious about it. You are hopeful about it. You are ready for it. And that readiness is the true transformation. Someone cared deeply about you. They shared something important. And instead of creating pressure, it created stability. Instead of creating fear, it created clarity. Instead of creating chaos, it created direction. Something huge is waiting for you, not in a dramatic twist, but in the quiet building of something lasting. Something intentional. Something that does not disappear when things get real. And as this chapter continues to unfold, one final truth settles gently into your heart. You are not just loved. You are understood. You are not just chosen. You are valued. And when someone cares deeply enough to make that clear, it does not just change your present. It reshapes your entire future. And just when you believed you had understood the depth of this connection, a new layer quietly reveals itself. It is softer than excitement, stronger than attraction, calmer than anticipation. It is certainty. Don't skip this moment. Stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Because what you are experiencing now is not just someone caring deeply about you. It is someone building with you. There is a difference. Caring can be emotional. Building is intentional. And the shocking, beautiful truth is this. They are not just invested in how you make them feel. They are invested in who you are becoming. They encourage your goals. They respect your space. They celebrate your growth without feeling threatened by it. That kind of care is rare. That kind of alignment is powerful. Stay with this feeling. Because this is where everything shifts from meaningful to extraordinary. You begin to notice how natural it feels to plan ahead together. How comfortable it is to speak about the future without hesitation. How peaceful it feels knowing that your presence is not being tolerated, but treasured. And here is the once-in-a-lifetime realization. You are no longer hoping this connection lasts. You are confident it can. Not because of fantasy. Not because of emotion alone. But because of effort. Because of honesty. Because of mutual intention. Something huge is waiting for you, not as a surprise twist, but as a steady unfolding of something real. Something grounded. Something that does not need to prove itself loudly because it proves itself daily. The person who cares deeply about you shared something important. But what they truly gave you was reassurance. Reassurance that you are not too intense. Not too quiet. Not too ambitious. Not too sensitive. You are exactly enough for someone who sees clearly. And as this chapter deepens even further, one final truth settles with calm strength. When care is shared with courage and received with openness, it does not create uncertainty.